If you came here for a video on going faster through the curves, you get the wrong video. This video is about taking it easy and going slower. I'm riding around Hag Lake in Oregon. The last time I was here, I was on a mountain bike, and I'm getting too old for that. So it seemed like a perfect day to take the Bonneville out, stretch out its legs. It's about 70 here. It's one of the first nice days we've had this year. We've had a few, but this is definitely the best of them so far. And I'm on the twisties, or, you know, as twisty as it gets in these parts. And I could fly through these corners doing 70 if I really wanted to, probably. But I would miss everything. It would just go by as a blur. Also, I have a cop behind me, so I get that going for me. But I'd be doing this speed even if I didn't have a cop behind me. I like getting on the throttle as much as the next guy. Really kind of dig just gunning it a little bit on a straightaway, like kind of like this. You know, that's kind of fun. But still, I'm missing everything going by. Like there's a lake over there. I mean, I know that because this is Hag Lake, and it's really not a surprise. But still, I guess there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time for going out and tearing up the twisties, though that's just not for me. And there's a time to take the corners at 30 and see the creek. I didn't know there was a creek here. Maybe it's an American thing more than it is in other places, but we Americans tend to be obsessed with speed. I'm obsessed with chilling the hell out and relaxing and seeing things. Really just enjoying my way through every ride. It's so beautiful here. There's two things I can't imagine. The first thing is screaming through here at 100 miles an hour on a motorcycle. The second thing is finding any sort of enjoyment at all doing this in a car. Being on the motorcycle just makes me want to stop, look around, smell things, feel things. It's just so beautiful. I have no idea what's down here. It's just a dead end? Well, it's my dead end now. I think the thing that people don't realize is, the faster you go, the quicker the ride is over, right? If you go slow, you're not going to get home in time for dinner. Sometimes that's the point. I don't want to get home in time for dinner today. I want to get home in time to go sip on something nice, reflect on this ride, plan the next one. Now I have zero idea where I'm going now. I have zero idea where I've actually been. All I know is that's Hag Lake over there, I think. I don't know. Who cares? There's a motorcyclist behind me. I can't tell you how many yards because I'm terrible at distance, but they're a good distance behind me. And I think they're doing the same thing I am, because he's not crawling up on me. I'm going slow. I'm going, what, 42? I've got traffic in front of me, so I really don't have much of a choice, but this is how fast I'd be going anyway. I have a feeling that dude behind me is just chilling like I am. Just going through the day, taking it easy. Oh yeah. You can still have fun going through the curves, even if you're not going at death-defying speeds. That's kind of, I think that's kind of how I live my life. I have a whole lot of fun, but it's not like I'm jumping off of mountains or anything. You know, my motorcycle rides is the riskiest thing I do. Funny thing happens when I'm out riding and I see another motorcyclist. You know, I get this guy in front of me. He's going at his own pace. And I'm behind him, doing my pace, which happens to be the same as his pace. And I'm looking at him and I'm, in a weird way, sort of envious of him, you know? And I say to myself, what are you envious about? You're also on a motorcycle. Going the same speed on the same road. And sometimes you just forget, you know? That's a classic case of taking what you have for granted. I am on a motorcycle. I am on my dream motorcycle right now and traveling some of the most beautiful roads that I have access to, you know, within a few hours of my house. And I'm looking at this guy saying, man, I wish I were on my motorcycle today. Well, dum-dum you are. And it's beautiful. And it's the best thing ever. If I could tell this guy's story, he's out on what appears to be a big Harley. He's got no riding gear on except for a helmet. And I'm not judging him at all. Go for it. Do you live your life. You know? I went out yesterday for a quick ride in a t-shirt. Because it was just so nice out and I just had to experience it. I never do that. But you know what? It's all a calculated risk, right? I knew I was going to be pretty safe. I wasn't going to be going anything more than 25 miles an hour on roads that I've been on 100 times. I just kind of wanted to experience just the freedom of not wearing a riding jacket. I would never do that out here. But here's this guy. He's moseying along. He's got his short sleeve plaid button down on. He's got a soup bowl for a helmet. He's probably wearing sneakers. Happy as a clam. This video was supposed to be about riding slow in the curves. If you find riding fast in the curves to be your thing and you're not endangering anyone in the process, go live your life, man. Go live your life. But don't forget, it's okay to slow down once in a while and just enjoy what's around you. There's nothing I enjoy more than riding roads like this at a nice, leisurely pace. Getting time to actually look at the trees and not just a green blur. Getting a chance to look at the lake and not just a blue blur as it flies by 90 miles an hour. Appreciating the fact that, you know, if a deer jumps out in front of me, I probably have a pretty decent chance of not killing the damn thing or myself, which is always a bonus. Sometimes I envy folks on the bicycles who are going, 8 miles an hour and really absorbing everything, hearing everything, smelling everything, seeing everything. That's kind of a nice change of pace sometimes. Maybe what I've got going here is sort of like the Bob Ross school of motorcycling. You know, remember Bob Ross, the guy who used to do the paintings on PBS? He took everything real slow and calm, at his own pace, doing stuff that he wanted to do. Wasn't doing it for anyone else really, just kind of doing it on his own, doing his own thing. And he seemed happy, at least when he was painting. Wasn't speeding through the paintings, although I guess maybe he was, because he had to do a TV show. But, not excessively speeding through his paintings. And I'm not excessively speeding through these curves. But I love the feel of flipping the bike from one side to another. I want to feel that. I don't want it to happen in a millisecond. I want to actually feel it. If you're watching this video, you probably watch a lot of other motorcycle videos, and I'm sure you've seen videos about cornering, taking the curves. And you know, some guys will say, okay, you gotta lean to one side, you gotta get your butt cheek off, lean to one side, and I don't know, basically just hang off the side and, for all intents and purposes, scrape a knee. I'm not doing that. I will stay upright as much as possible because, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think it makes much of a difference. I will sometimes lean into a corner with my body, you know, but I'm not moving my butt because it's completely unnecessary. I'm not, you know, this isn't MotoGP over here. I'm riding my motorcycle on public roads. And if I'm leaning into a curve, it's really just because it's kind of fun and feels good. Does it improve anything about taking the curve? I don't know. Probably not. Sometimes it's just kind of fun. But, you know, don't buy into those videos where everyone's talking about basically hanging off the motorcycle like a monkey. You know, life isn't an Instagram reel or whatever they do on Instagram. If you're into motorcycling so that you can capture some great photo of you dragging a knee on a public road and posting that to your Instagram feed so all your friends can say, wow, you're an awesome motorcycle rider, and get sponsorships and all that stuff, you know, more power to you, but you're in it for the wrong reason. That's not why the sport exists. And to a certain extent, that kind of shit just ruins it for the rest of us because it makes us all look like idiots. When I post this video and I put up a title that says something like going slower in the curves or whatever the hell I end up naming this, I guarantee that it's going to get like 16 views because no one's really coming to YouTube to watch videos on how to ride slower. I mean, maybe you did, and thank you for being here. But the vast majority of folks who are scouring YouTube for motorcycle content want to know how to go faster. What kind of mods to put on my motorcycle so I can go faster? How do I drag a knee? I feel like I went my entire life up until the past few years not knowing anything about dragging a knee. When I first started out motorcycling, I don't remember anyone asking me if I could drag a knee. Of course, there was no Instagram when I started motorcycling. There was barely an internet. But you get my point. Maybe this is the curse or the blessing of being an older rider. But being an older rider, I think we appreciate more the slowness that the sport can offer. Yeah, it's also nice to be able to twist the throttle. Oh, hell yeah, right? But man, is it nice to let the throttle go, take it easy. You see the little snake curvy sign, and you say, oh yeah, I don't necessarily want to go fast around these curves, but I can't wait to see what's around the bend. And I want to see what's around the bend. I don't want to die getting there. I don't want to end up in a guardrail. Especially this time of year when there's so much gravel and stuff on the road. So I guess that's it. I guess we went around the lake. I think. I'll have to check. I wasn't really looking. So I guess my message here is if you're an older rider, or any rider, but especially if you're an older rider, and you feel like just going out and taking your time and taking the curves slow, take the curves slow. Take your time. Don't ride anyone else's ride. Ride your own ride. I'm riding my ride to the gas station because I'm running out of gas here, I guess. But that's a good day. I'd rather run out of gas than not have used any gas. I don't know. Guess I'm not an environmentalist like I thought I was, but you know what I mean. You know where I'm going with this. There is nothing better in the world than riding home when the sun is starting to go down after a long, beautiful day of riding. There's just nothing better. I mean, no one wants to go home, right? But, you know, the time comes, you gotta go home. There's just nothing better than that feeling. Going home feeling a little bit mentally and physically worn out from all the riding, and just taking your boots off and saying, all right, I did that today. It was pretty badass. I rode my own ride. I took the curves nice and slow. I took the straightaways nice and fast like I wanted to. I twisted the throttle. I felt the rumble. I made it home alive. I mean, what else could you ask for? Maybe a nice cold beverage waiting for you when you finally do get home. If you enjoyed this video and you like keeping it slow and real and positive, subscribe to my channel and come along with me. It's going to be a nice warm summer. Let's go into the tunnel. Why do we feel compelled to beep the horn when we go into the tunnel? I don't know, but I enjoy it, so that's why I do it. Where the hell am I?